Todd Bland, a deputy with the Legislative Analyst Office, and I'm here with Brian Uhler, our Labor Programs Analyst. Today, we're here to talk about a new report entitled California's Unemployment Insurance Program, Gaining Insight Through Interstate Comparisons. This report compares California's unemployment insurance, or UI program, statistics to those in 49 other states and the District of Columbia. The purpose of the report is to provide context for the legislature as it considers how to deal with California's unemployment insurance insolvency. Brian, could you briefly describe the methodology we used to compare California's program to those in the 49 other states?
We started by gathering annual data on UI programs in all 50 states and Washington, D.C., which is maintained by the U.S. Department of Labor. More specifically, we looked at 8 measures that encompass several different aspects of the UI program, including benefit generosity, cost structure, and financing. From this data, we attempted to determine if California was different than the national norm in any areas, and to discuss some possible explanations for these differences, as well as the potential implications these differences would have for California's UI policy.
What are the key differences that you found?
The data showed that California's UI program pays comparatively lower weekly benefits when controlling for differences in wages across states. However, these weekly benefits are paid for a comparatively longer duration. And although the program pays lower weekly benefits, California's UI program total costs are higher than the national average. This seems in large part to be due to its relatively larger caseload.
Yeah. Now, these differences that you found, are they a recent phenomenon?
No. In fact, most of these differences have persisted for more than a decade. From 1998 to 2010, unemployment insurance recipients in California received benefits for more than a week and a half longer than the average U.S. state. Also, during that same period, California's UI caseload was more than a third larger than the national average.
What are some possible explanations for these historical trends?
Sure. It appears that California's UI policies are contributing somewhat to these trends. For example, California's monetary eligibility requirements for receiving UI benefits are among the lowest in the country. In addition, its policies which govern the maximum amount of benefits a claimant can receive over the entirety of a claim are comparatively generous. However, we did find that other factors which aren't under the immediate control of program policies also contribute to these long-term trends, such as California's comparatively worse labor market conditions. It's likely that these labor market conditions make it harder for unemployed workers in California to become reemployed, and this can put pressure on caseloads, and it can lengthen the number of weeks that claimants need to receive benefits.
What implications do these findings have for setting UI policy in California?
Our findings suggest that while UI reforms could mitigate some of California's high costs, short of a significant improvement in its comparable labor market conditions, California is likely to have a high cost structure. In other words, to provide a particular level of weekly benefits to unemployed workers in California is likely to be more costly than in the average U.S. state.
Up to now, we've been talking about that cost structure in California, but what about program financing? How does California compare to other states on the financing side of the equation?
California's UI taxes are about equal to the national average, and this is true despite the fact that its total costs are above the national average, and as a result, its benefits have been significantly underfunded. While this has been intensified by the recent recession, we found that this was true several years before the recession began. Without correcting this mismatch, it's unlikely that California will resolve its UI fund insolvency anytime soon.
To read the report in its entirety, please visit our website, www.lao.ca.gov. Or, if you have questions, feel free to contact me or Brian at the LAO. Our phone numbers are on the website. Thanks.